right, good evening, good day, everyone. Welcome to tonight's session. We are still waiting for other people. Palisa, you are back. Uh, you can take over.
Thank you so much, Lerato. Good evening, good day, hello, everybody. I trust that you've had a great week so far, and that you are just as excited as I am today to be learning more about Lumi digital currency. Tonight we're going to be hosted by Lerato. Going to be taking us through what Lumi is, how you can be able to start using the Lumi, and how you can be able to start collecting your own Lumis as well. I hope that you are wherever you are, you will be attentive to listen, to learn, and whatever we're learning, we are going to be teaching those who are also next to us or who are in our midst, like our family members, our church members, any social platform where we interact with in our communities. Né? So, without wasting any further time, if you are if you're using a phone to connect with us tonight, please when you click on the three horizontal dots there, you're going to be taken to a screen, and a pop-up is going to appear there. And then when you click on in call messages, you will have a pop-up where you can be able to type your message. Please let us know where you are joining us from this evening or today. We would really appreciate to acknowledge your presence in the various countries that we are joining in from. Amir from Nigeria, good evening, good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to hand over now to Lerato, who's going to be taking us through today's session. Over to you, Lerato. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, can you guys hear me? Palisa, please confirm. Okay, I do apologize for struggling with the mute button. Okay, thank you so much, Palisa. I think this evening, we are basically going to be going through a couple of things, and mostly it is things that are geared towards educating you as people who are meant to be coaches so that you can be able to pass on this information to all the people that you will recruit. Effectively, the idea is that we must avoid misinformation. So everybody that comes onto this Lumi journey must have the right information and must know about all the right things. I mean, I heard about people in one country who had never heard of what SOAT is. And this is only because they were introduced to Lumi and they bought into something called Lumi and they don't know what the agenda is, what the purpose is. And with anything where people do not understand the purpose, it is bound to be abused. And as such, we have seen such abuses happening already with people charging individuals a certain amount of money to register them and all sorts of things happening. And the idea for this evening session is to empower you as leaders and leaders of your groups, leaders of your communities, leaders of your families to have the right level of information so that you can go and distribute that particular information to all your groups and your communities and your families. Okay, so in today's session, we'll just touch a little bit on Eco 6, we'll touch on SOAT, and we will touch on what you need to know about the Lumi. And then we will move on to how to register. And in this part of the presentation, we will go on to the Lumi for Africans YouTube channel, and just look at a couple of videos that are loaded there, and specifically focusing on the videos on how to register yourself and how to register a user. Then we will quickly do a Q&A where we'll do discussions and then the announcements. Okay, so the first thing, what do you need to know about the Lumi? Um, so with the Lumi, Lumi is a currency that has been officially adopted by the state of the African diaspora, which is abbreviated SOAT. So SOAT is a borderless country where people who are in Africa and on in the diaspora can belong to this country. And as part of SOAT, there is an initiative called Eco 6, and it is abbreviated Eco 6, meaning it is the economic six region. As you can see on the screen, there are 5 economic blocks on the African continent. These are physical economic blocks. And if you are in the southern hemisphere of the African continent, you would belong to an economic block called SADC and so forth. They then the sixth economic bloc is that one that is off the African continent, and this economic bloc is composed of Africans or people of African descent who are in the diaspora, and these are people living of African origin living outside of the continent, and these are irrespective of their citizenship or nationality, and these are people who are willing to contribute to the development of the continent and building of a whole new Africa. So this economic sixth region, which is abbreviated ECO 6, is composed of over 170 million people, including some of the people in indigenous people of the Americas. So that is what Africa or the six regions of the African Union currently look like. So you have the Northwest, East, Central, South, and the Eco 6. Having touched that, let us then talk about the Lumi. As we all would be of the view that there is no political sovereignty without monetary sovereignty. That is why since October 2020, the state of the African diaspora adopted its own currency in with the intent to support the Pan-African world. And this currency is called the Lumi. And Lumi comes from the word luminous, which is symbolizing the sun. This currency is currently backed by solar energy, which means it is 1 Lumi is equivalent to 100 kilowatts of energy, and also other renewable energies. Over and above, the Lumi is also equivalent to 0.02 grams of gold. So this currency, it's not your normal fiat currency that does not have any backing. It is backed by solar energy and also gold. So just to distinguish this currency with other currencies, there are different types of currencies. There is the Lumi, which is a digital currency. And in the space of digital currencies, there are multiple digital currencies that are currently being developed and in progress across the world, with the first ones that hit the ground running being the Chinese yuan and the state of the African diaspora, the African kingdoms Lumi. Uh, those are some of the digital currencies that made it out the door first. And of course, there has been a move across the world to adopt or move to digital currencies. The Reserve Bank of the USA has been working on a e-dollar, which will be their equivalent digital currency. So has the pound been worked on, an e-pound, and similarly across the world, even across Africa, countries have been working on the digital currencies. So digital currencies are currencies that are backed by a government. So they are issued by a government. And these currencies can be either fiat or non-fiat, these digital currencies. However, the important attribute of these currencies is that they are issued by a government, they are a medium of exchange, and a unit of account. So then there is a buzz that has hit the world in the past couple of years, and that is the crypto buzz. So effectively, cryptocurrencies in a nutshell are non-government issued. So these currencies are not issued by a government. They are issued by individual companies to fulfill a particular purpose for whether it is for transacting online and meeting a particular need. So those currencies, they are one of their important features is that they are not issued by a government and they are controlled by the individuals or organizations that actually have issued them. Then going on to talk a little bit about the difference between fiat currency and non-fiat currency. And this brings us to the core of the definition of what we call money currency is. Um, so effectively, non-fiat currency, this is a currency that has three primary functions. It is a medium of exchange, it is a unit of account, and it is a store of value. And that is the most important definition of non-fiat currency, that it is a store of value. So if your currency that in the country where you are in is not backed by any particular commodity, does not act as a store of value. That particular currency is fiat currency. So fiat currency in itself could be a currency that is issued by a government, and that currency is not backed by a commodity and has absolute no real intrinsic value. And in the world, the majority of currencies that are in circulation are fiat currencies. For example, the US dollar, the British pound, the euro, and the naira, the South African rand. Such currencies are non are fiat currencies because they have no commodity that is actually backing them. So this is something that you need to understand when you are actually talking to people, introducing them to the Lumi digital currency. That the Lumi digital currency is a currency that is one issued by a government, which means it is not crypto. Two, it is a currency that is a store of value, which means it has real intrinsic value. And as highlighted earlier, the Lumi digital currency at the current state, it is worth 100 kilowatts of energy or 0.02 grams of gold. Okay, so that is about the Lumi digital currency, and then we'll just quickly highlight that all individuals who are Africans or people of African descent or on the continent and in the diaspora who are 18 years and above are qualified to register and are encouraged to register for a SWIFT account. When you have a Swifin account, you can apply for this Swifin account free of charge. You can apply as an individual or as an enterprise. There are multiple types of um, account types that you can apply for. And as we discussed in last week's Thursday session, that we encourage people at this current state that you should apply for all types of accounts. You should apply as an individual, apply as a business, apply as an agent, and of course, once you have applied for all of these. This account, a Swifin account, you'll be issued with a Swifin ID. When you have the Swifin ID, you will receive a stimulus of 6.2 Lumi, which is equivalent to 100 US dollars on the 28th of each month until the 1st of October 2023. So effectively, there is a little bit over 24 months left for the issuing of the stimulus, and after this 24 months, the stimulus will cease. However, if you have applied for a business account, you still qualify to register to apply for a credit loan of a minimum of a 10,000 US dollars, which is 626 lumis um, equivalent. So you apply for that when you are in company, you are registered as on the Swifin platform as a business. You will then be able to apply for that particular financial credit line. Over and above, there is an online marketplace that is available on the Lumi platform. And on that marketplace, you'll be able to trade, you'll be able to put online some of the items that your business is selling and be able to have people buy them in Lumi or in Pad Lumi or whatever your business strategy is. So those are some of the things that I needed to highlight. And let's quickly talk about how to register. I was going to go onto the Swifin platform and actually go through a registration. However, it seems as though the Swifin platform is down and has been intermittently down today. So I'm just going to go onto one of the YouTube channels that we have. I'll bring that up on the screen. But effectively, what you need to register yourself is you need to go onto you when you're on your mobile device, you need to go onto your Play Store or iStore and download the Eco6 Lumi application. And when you have that Eco6 Lumi application, then you can go in and click the register button and follow the registration process. Else, you can go onto your desktop type device and go onto the URL address platform.swifin.com platform.swifin.com. When you are on that URL, then you will be able to click on register and register yourself. So just bear with me for a second while I go onto the Lumi for Africans YouTube channel. That's what you will be seeing on your screen right now. So we recommend for everyone that you go onto this channel and subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so that you can get notified of any recordings that we upload on this channel. So all our meetings and we upload onto this particular channel. If you go onto the Lumi for Africans channel, you'll be able to see there's a couple of recordings of previous meetings. There is a recording on how to chat with the help desk on the Swifin platform, how to register for a NetFem course. There's also some other videos around how to register a user, how to update your profile. This is when you have already registered, and how to register a Swifen account. So I'm going to just quickly switch my audio so that the audio on the video can come out. Um, so effectively, this part of the